Welcome back. How's it going? Welcome back to Quern, Undying Thoughts. In the last episode, we finally managed to unlock the door to the cave where our next battery was, and we managed to grab it. In the meantime, we also came across a mysterious spirit who warns us that we have to leave the same way that we came from Kernalok, or Quern, the original name for Quern. Then we also unlocked a mine where we can refine the white crystal. Yeah, the same white crystal we melted a few episodes earlier to create a battery. So we're going to figure out how to do that process today. And thank you very much for the support. That is very, very sweet. So, pardon me for the super late stream. It's because I just came back from a screening of, I rarely say this, but if there's a textbook definition for a perfect film, this would be it. I put my mic before I begin with this description. Okay, let me see if that's switched to it. No, it has not. Let me... La 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 la. Okay. It's okay. Oh, there we go. All right, so I am not, to begin with, I am not sponsored by Ava DuVernay, by Array, or Seat 16. I have been watching Ava DuVernay's films for just over a decade at this point. And so this is coming from me as a fan. And also somebody who is fresh off an experience right now. So, I just watched a movie written and directed by Ava DuVernay called Origin, which is loosely, not loosely, but like very closely connected to a book that came out in 2020 called Cast: The Origins of Our Discontents by Isabel Wilkerson. I will put it in the chat here. Give me 1 second. And I feel like this movie is worthy of so many awards because it hits a depth that is desperately needed right now in this very moment. Like, there's very few films I could say it's perfect, but there's one perfect film. If I had to start a film class tomorrow and I had to give a textbook definition of what a perfect film is, Cast would be it. I have no complaints with this movie. Like, this is Ava DuVernay's magnum opus. Like, I kind of realized that I kind of have been in the need of a good cry, and this movie did the bill. It fit the bill perfectly. Like, I cried like 3 or 4 times from that film. But it's basically about... The film Origin it's based on the creation of the book Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. And it also covers the various topics that the book covers, which is about the majority of the inequities that we are currently experiencing in our society. They originate from a caste system, which, to put it in very basic terms, it's one group of people disempowering another set of people, presumably for the sake of power, but really neither side's winning, because to maintain that power, it's an infringement of freedom. And we can easily think of so many examples that we have today. And if it were just limited to here in the States, that would be one thing. But it's all around us. It's all around us, all around the world, when you look at it much more deeply. And to see it put on film so beautifully. Again, if you can, I highly recommend watching it. Barbie? That is a good movie, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Barbie. It's, for me, I might not have been the perfect audience for it, because I've known these theories for a good while. It's Feminism 101, or feminism for new people. Origin gave the depth that Barbie was missing. I felt like it went a lot deeper. I will warn you this much, you will cry at some point in this movie. So I recommend you bring a box of tissues if you are planning on watching this. So please make sure you bring a friend or 2 or 3, because it is going to bring up some really beautiful, fascinating conversations, and hopefully it pushes you to do some revolutionary actions so that this caste system comes to an end. And I'm not just referring to the religious one. There's even a social one going on right now. And I bet lots of you are going to think of 1 or 2. Some of them are pretty obvious, and then other ones, you almost want to bang your head and say, like, why did I never find out about this? It's because they make sure you don't find out. I'm sorry I'm, like, not getting specific, especially considering this is a historical film, so it's stuff that it's happened in our past, and it's very much happening in our present, but for the sake of making sure that you still enjoy the film as a film, but then also have profound thinking throughout it, I highly recommend watching it. Highly recommend watching it yourself. So please, 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 please go check out Origin by Ava DuVernay. Please go check it out. Please go read Cast by Isabel Wilkerson, because I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very, very critical read. And for those who have seen the movie already, please feel free to comment down below in the description. Not in the description. Either in chat or in the YouTube channel what you thought of it. I also watched American Fiction as well. That one was a really good movie, starring Jeffrey Wright. It also has a book of the same name. So that's another movie that I can recommend right here. So if you enjoyed one of those films, watch the other one. I watched American Fiction first, and then I watched Origin I just got back like a few minutes ago. So that's why I might look a little right now. But but yeah, if you've seen one movie, watch the other one, or vice versa. So please go watch these, because they are what I consider very critical conversations we seriously need to have right now about the state of our media and our society. And finally, if you want to support other people to be able to watch this film, for those who cannot afford it, because I know not a lot of people can splurge $11 to $16 for a movie. I know not a lot of people can do that, or they might not have a Tuesday night free. Please go check out the website seat16.com. Seat16 is a site where people who have funds can donate $16 to help somebody to go to a movie and watch something that they consider to be incredibly important. It is, I believe it started around when Black Panther released, so that way more people who could not afford to watch the movie can actually go and see it. And so this time, the movie is for Origin. So if you have not watched it, please go check it out. If you can't afford it, there is a way to watch it. That's one of the sources you can use right there. So C16. Again, I am not sponsored by Ava DuVernay, Array, or Seat 16. I am just a fan of movies, and I just love to be able to share that love of movies. Which I may talk about it on my second channel, Theological Otaku, if you guys want to see more in-depth conversation about this movie. Because, I mean, I feel like overall, like, both American Fiction and Origin pretty much talk about the current state of Hollywood, which is, and just movies in general, it's like we need deeper stories. And these two films really gave me the depth that I have been thirsting for these past few years. Not that I don't enjoy the surface level flick, but I just needed something that just really hit this and this. And those two films just really fit the bill for me right now. I really needed it. So, without further ado, now we get back to our regularly scheduled programming. It's been a while since I said that, hasn't it? Now let's get back to regularly scheduled programming, which is the stream for Quern, Undying Thoughts. Oh man, it was such a good film. Seriously though, just please go watch it if you can. And if you're in an area that does not have either one of these films accessible, just go ask somebody to like purchase it for you or even stream it for you, because I feel like this movie is going to be critical viewing. Like, this is going to be very important viewing. The only other one that I can easily say that comes close to that movie that needs to be critically watched ASAP is Agora, starring Rachel Weisz. Because that movie, that is like another one that really talks about the pardon me, I'm still kind of recovering because that was like 2.5 hours long what I just watched. Like, that was 2.5 hours long. My screening also included a Q&A from Ava DuVernay herself, which talked about critical parts of the production that she did. So that's all going through my mind right now, so I might still be processing as I'm going through these puzzles. But rest assured, I'm still here. I'm still going to enjoy this game. It's just a lot is going through my brain right now. Like, I'm thinking about the movie. I'm thinking about how to apply the lessons the movie has provided in real life, and just oh my god. It's a lot. It's a lot, people. It's a lot. But you're gonna find this is basically me every day. If you happen to talk with me in real life, you're gonna find this nerdy blabby person is pretty much me 24/7. Like, you can't turn this off. I'm sorry, but you can't. If you're gonna be dating me in the future, you gotta know this now. Because there was this one scene. This is like no spoiler, by the way. Because I mean, pretty much all the film's like historical, so there's no fictionalized part of this other than like the surreal aspects of the movie. So outside the surreal stuff, pretty much everything is pretty much realistic as is. There's one scene in the movie where Isabel is talking with her cousin about the thesis of the book, because Isabel Wilkerson is an actual author. The character of Isabel is not played by the author, obviously, but yeah, Isabel Wilkerson. She's having a conversation with her cousin, who's basically like a sister, because that's how, I mean, with a lot of black families especially, it's how we look upon our cousins as our siblings. I have a younger cousin who's living with me right now, and Isabel's talking about the topic that she's writing in her book. And you have to keep in mind as well, I think she used to do some education, but then she also used to be a journalist, and now she's a Pulitzer Prize winning author. So, like, she knows her way around research. She knows her way around books, how to talk with people, how to investigate topics. So she is essentially no stranger to going around and asking the hard questions. Like, she's no stranger to that. And so it's obvious that she is she's mid-process. She's trying to figure out, okay, like, how do I explain something that only I too am trying to understand? Because I know there's a connection between all this phenomenon that I'm observing, but how do I explain it in an understandable way? And so she explains her thought process to her cousin, and then her cousin responds, this is really funny, like, it just felt like a conversation that I would have with my parents, or maybe some of my friends. It was like, can you explain this plainly? And I'm like, when I watch the scene, I'm like, this sounds too familiar. Oh my god, this sounds way too familiar. This is me every day. And so I try to explain it in a basic way. And then it's like, oh, okay. Like, what I liked about this movie is that I felt like, at least with the characters, not exactly characters, but at least with the, I feel like each person, in the story was trying to understand the thesis of what Isabel was writing in their own special way. Like, they were trying to connect it. And some people completely, like, as you would do with any topic, some people would completely miss the mark. Some people would just what's this? What was that? It locked. Okay. Let's see what that did. I wonder if it affected this at all? Let's see. That was weird. Anyway. So what I liked about this movie is, like, I felt like I loved how the characters were not being taught, like, Isabel was not being talked down to. She was like, well, this is my perspective. I don't understand completely. Huh? Pardon me. It's hard for me to, like, think about multiple things at once. I love how the movie just did, like, the characters felt like, it didn't feel like they were talking down to Isabel, nor talking down to the audience. Like, it felt like a giant conversation that this movie just happened to be the continuation of. Like, that's what I liked about it. Can I pull this back up? No, I can't. But it saved the game, which means this must have been important for some place. I don't know where, but it's clearly important somewhere. So I'm going to be going back and forth between the movie and this for a little bit, so pardon me if it seems a little confusing. But I'm going to be deep, deep, deep in thought because it was a really good movie. It was a really, really good movie. It was perfect in a lot of ways. And I'm not just saying that as a fan of Ava DuVernay or some sort of bias. I mean, the only bias I have is I'm an intellectual. So I like movies that make me think and make me feel like that I need to do something to save the world before bedtime, for lack of a better description. Oh, man. I like my superheroes way too much. But yeah, to put a long story short, I loved how it basically trusted that the audience will figure it out because this movie broke it down in the most I feel like this movie broke down every single point that the book was making in the most thorough ways possible. Like, you cannot mince words with what Ava DuVernay and Isabel Wilkerson were trying to explain, because this is a system. I'm not going to put it in past tense. It's not was. This is a system that adversely impacts everyone, both the people in power and the people who are suffering because of that power. Let's see. It fits perfectly. Let's see. Can I fit this in here? No, I can't. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking. Keeps taking it. So clearly, it fits in here. But now, what do I put in the fire? Is the question. Can I try putting it as itself? Let's see. So clearly I gotta scoop something in there. Don't know what, but there's clearly something I gotta put in there. 1 second. My parents are calling me. I'll be back. If I can get to OBS and mute, I can say something. Hold on. Nice. You got the book. You got the books. That's good to hear. Like, you gotta let me know, like, what you think of them. Because, I mean, I'm thinking of getting some myself. Like, I got a couple of new ones that I'm currently reading. But yeah. You could never have too many good books in my life. In your life. Okay, so clearly, I think, from what it looks like here, there's some sort of green crystal that we need to, like, recreate and put in the slot here and here to get back to where we came, from where we came from. Brain. My brain is a little fried from watching the movie, so pardon me if I can't articulate things very well right now. I'm trying my best. And also, I'm trying not to spoil too many things as well, because it's a very good movie, and I want y'all to watch it. Just saying. Okay. But yeah, it's like, when you've watched a good movie, it's like, I mean, to clarify, yeah, this was like this was a really emotional movie. Like, I had cried like I had never cried before. I wonder if the sand goes in here. Let's see. Can I put this in the bottom? I wonder. Not that. This one. This one. Come on, go up. No, I can't. Okay, interesting. What do I do? What do I do? Let's see. So clearly I have to put something in there. I don't know what. Can I scoop this? Because this is liquid technically. Isn't it? Let's see. Where's the spoon? Where's the spoon? Here we go. I can't scoop it. I mean, of course I can't because it's rock. What did I expect? What did I expect to happen here? Okay. So it's gotta be within the mind itself, like, because I don't know where else to look, really. But yeah, like, you think about all the conflicts we're having right now. It's very systemic. It's like it's a series of steps towards dehumanization, of othering. It's anything that infringes on the liberty of someone else. All for the sake of, quote unquote, preserving your own, when really it's about control. And I cried about 4 times. I cried about like 4 or 5 times watching this movie. Also something in here. Interesting. Anyway. But yeah, I never thought I would cry so hard, because it shows how much that we really need to show care, show love, show compassion in this society. And we're almost encouraged to detach, almost to the point of numbing. And what I loved about Origin was that it really encourages us to go deep and to ask, like, how do we make sure that this cycle does not happen again for so many more generations of people? Because we cannot accept that kind of cruelty, that kind of hatred as inevitable. We can't. We are capable of this happening again, but we need to make sure that it doesn't. We have the ability to make sure that it doesn't happen again. And I think the very first thing is education. And I don't mean just the classroom. I mean, literally just watching this movie has taught me so much. Watching this movie has taught me so much. So I think we need to take it a few steps deeper now. We need to take it a few steps deeper. And allow ourselves to get uncomfortable. Because it is often in that discomfort is where our depth truly lies. And the push to change ourselves and the way we treat other people. It does lie, in a way, in that discomfort. To quote from the movie, and I would not be surprised if it was in the book as well, to heal our trauma is not to run away from it, but to confront it. Of course, we have a lot of healing, we got a lot of shadow work we gotta do. But it is necessary to make sure that this kind of cruelty does not happen again. I know I'm preaching to the choir. Like, with most of our audience, y'all are smart. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. This is more so for those who feel like, what else can I do? What else am I supposed to do? I hope in a way it gives you a bit of encouragement, a bit of an answer, even if it's not the one you may want to hear, or it may not be one that feels straightforward. So here's a straightforward thing that you can acknowledge, at least. We need to do better by the people who are marginalized the most in our society. And supporting the marginalized does not mean an expense of one's own power, or one's own uniqueness, or one's own specialness. To help those who need the most support is the good of all people. Because at one point, we are going to be powerful. At one point, we are also going to be in need. And to know that we are supported in both instances, that is important. To know that we are seen both when we are up and we are down. That's important. Because that's how you know you're going to make progress. That's how you know that you're going to do better by your fellow human beings. I don't really know how else to say it, again, without spoilers, even though granted, this is a historical piece, a historical and historically present piece. But please know, if you are having a hard time right now, or you feel as if you are alone, please know that you are not. There are... Pardon me for not being able to phrase things correctly right now, because I'm kind of multitasking here, because I'm thinking about what I'm supposed to do here. But long story short, there are so many good people in this world who are willing to love and support you in whatever endeavor you decide to follow in this life. And I think I just figured out what I need to do here. Where's that thing? There we go. Take that. Then I think we cook it. Because that's our power core. Because that's liquid. That's the liquid version of that crystal that we just got there. Okay. So let's get back in. Let's get over to the oven that we just ignited like several episodes earlier. But let's get sentimental here as we cook. Let's let that cook. And not in an explanation sense. Know that you are not alone. There are plenty of good people in this world that are ready to love and embrace and support you in whatever dreams that you have to achieve. It does not have to be a competition. It does not have to be some sort of ridiculous sense of exclusivity. And the very first thing we need to remember is our humanity. We cannot lose that. Because the moment we lose that, that is when we lose our space to love, to care, to just be good people. So never forget that you are loved and you are worthy of love. And there we go. So we got the So now we got the battery. We made that battery out of crystals and love. Cannot get more new agey than that. And alchemy. And alchemy. That was basically alchemy, what we just did. So let's transform the world together, peeps. Let's not confine it to 1 or 2 generations for this. Let us all work together to make sure that we make it a better place for everyone. Alright. And with that, that's our last battery. We got the whole thing powered up. Let us hope that Navi doesn't come out again, because that was kind of scary the last time, even though, granted, she had her reasons. Alright, but we got this thing working now. Which is, we got this room open. And there's a wall of metal. Which, thankfully, I think, with that now powered up, that means we could probably open it up from up top. Now, how we do that is the million-dollar question. But I know now that this should be movable. Yep, there it is. I'm assuming we gotta line this up like this, I think? Can we do that? Let's see. What does this do? Oh! Oh! Okay. Let's see. see the side here. Let's see. This is the outside here. Can we get to the inside, though? Let's see. That goes to 1, so let's see. Does that do anything? Oh, it's jammed. Okay. I wonder what clue we could use to get through this here. But yeah, so highly recommend the book, highly recommend the movie. If you can get to it, please do, because that movie just tugged at my heartstrings. And I know movie-wise, I have... Oh! I just figured it out! This is for the door, I think. These panels are all for the door, I think. Let me check something. Real quick. I think I just figured it out. Because I think it's all controls for the door. Yeah! I think they're controls for the door. It's not like a... It's not like a, I can speak. I can speak. It's not a, it's not a puzzle. That's what I'm saying. It's not a puzzle. It's a control switch for the door. But now the big question is, which one's the open ends? Like, that's the part that I can't tell. Like, what are the open ends? Like, is there a code to this? I don't know. Well, I am seeing that window. I kind of wonder, does that have to do with... Let's see. I'm assuming, like, these ends are doors. So let me try something. Ah, yep, that's rotating it. Yeah, that's opened it up. Let me see. Did that open either side at all? That's clearly for the doors. That's pretty clear now. But yeah, I mean, I feel very similar to the movie version of Isabel Wilkinson. I mean, I hope the person in that movie is very similar to the person in real life. I don't know. I do not know. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But one thing's for sure, I kind of agree with her. It's like, I'm done with, like, I mean, asking questions is very important, but then also, we need answers. We need answers right now. We need some solutions. Like, we need to work towards something. Because I don't know if any of y'all feel this way, but especially for, like, my fellow academics, I'm kind of tired of fancy talking and theorizing my way out of things. Not that I don't like theorizing. I do. I love it. Like, that's like, theorizing is my lifeblood, practically. But I like for once to just be able to be part of the solution, not just constantly debate a problem, you know? Because, don't get me wrong, I can think until the cows come home. But my thinking can only go so far. If it's not used for, if it doesn't go towards skillful means, if it doesn't go to an action that I know is going to make things better. Okay. Here's what I'm not sure about. Like, which part of this thing is, well, sorry, I'm talking about the puzzle here, but which part of this thing actually opens the door? Like, that's the part that I have no idea how to get to. Was there a hint in the previous room that I was missing, like in the lab? Also might help that I kind of have a little bit of a headache from thinking about this movie. Not a bad one, thankfully. It's not one that I feel like taking ibuprofen for. It's more of like a muscle strainy kind of. Not like, but, how do I explain that feeling, you know? Like, it's something that you've been stretching your mind around for hours, days, weeks. You don't want to stop thinking about it because you feel like it's gonna lead to a good answer. Wait a second. Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Are these the windows? Is that what I'm looking at right now? Let me see. Let me see. I feel like I'm onto something. I just don't know what. Oh, my brain's in overdrive right now. Okay. How in the world do I open this door? It's another locked door. Good God. Okay. Is there a diagram or something that I'm missing? I feel like there is. Okay. Let me get back to that, lab. Because I know at least, like, you know, if I can articulate what it is I'm trying to say. Oh, excuse me. Like, the lab is where I found this thing in here, which is, that was so straightforward. What am I supposed to do? What's in here? I wish my brain would behave. And actually make full sentences. Instead of talking gibberish. I wonder. Did I already open this? Yeah, I think I already did, didn't I? I think there's something I have to pour in here. Yeah, something I have to pour in here. I wonder what. I think it's like that crystal stuff. But I'll use the goblet instead of the... You know. Can I even drink that stuff? I don't want to drink that stuff. You don't want to drink that stuff. Ooh. Let me see. What is... Can I put it in here? Wait, no. It's the goblet. I'm looking for the goblet. No, I cannot. I cannot put that in there. La 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 la. Okay. I know maybe I shouldn't have, like, jumped into a game immediately after a super deep film. And I think my brain's kind of doing that right now. It's like, I don't know what to think anymore because I just came from a super deep movie and I do not feel like doing an existential puzzle while doing a so-called playtime one. At the same time, though, I kind of needed to, like, vent about this somewhere. I feel like there's, like, a message in here that I'm probably missing. What am I missing here? Or should it's... Which way's the door? I'm wondering. I read the chat at least. Yeah. Jump rings remind me of the power of the source game thing and Jumpstart 3. Oh my god. I remember that game. Oh my god. It has been so long since I played that. And yeah, right now, brain's not braining right now because it's like I'm solving a real life puzzle and a playtime one. So it's like Ghostbusters up in here. It's like I shouldn't be crossing the streams, and yet here I am, crossing the streams. In my mind. I don't know how I do it. And I did this all the time during grad school and college, because I streamed during college as well. I don't know if any of y'all have seen my earlier videos, but man, was I a mess back in the day. I didn't really have a formula to my streams. I just did it, and it just somehow worked. It all somehow worked. I don't know how I did it. It's like, I'm just doing this thing because it's fun. It looked fun to share games with other people, and I just wanted to do it. And now I'm like, I think I've been doing this for a while now. Like, I've had this channel since 2018. So, actually, technically 2016, but like, I've started streaming in 2018. So, it's been about 8 years. And I just remembered I have to think about the Nanticoke special, because the 7th is coming up. It's my half birthday and the channel's birthday. And I think I'm working. Yes, I am. So it's going to be a late stream for this year's Nanticoke special, but I am going to do one. So, because that's a requirement. Like, I always do a stream for the Nanticoke special. I also do a stream for Valentine's Day as well. Though it might be, once again, I'm going to break tradition once again, because traditionally I play fighting games during Valentine's Day. And I'm probably not gonna do that this year either. So, in terms of what I'm gonna do, I have no idea. But yeah, I can't think of a solution right now. But I've been playing it for almost an hour, so and we made some progress. I put the battery in the power plant. I opened up the mechanical room. I just need to find. I just need to find the solution to that door. Like, how do I open that? So it's another locked door I have to open. Create your Final Fantasy 14 character. Oh my god. I know the new story's coming out this summer. So I know I have to get myself upgraded for that at least, but I think Final Fantasy 14, at least until I can get a much better computer, a much faster one, I think I'm going to have to make it an offline thing. But if I play with you, I can play with you at least. So I might have to make Final Fantasy 14 an offline thing. At least for now. But I will be doing it some point in the future. So now that I'm actually living life a little bit. Yeah, it might be off stream for now. At least for the tutorial parts. Yeah, you know what I mean. My brain is going through a lot. But yeah, seriously, people, if you... seriously, people, if you want, please, again, just check out Origin, because I feel like, rest assured, even though, again, I might not be the best representative right now of this movie, but it's just, that movie feels so necessary right now in today's society. And for those who are international viewers, we'll find a way. I'll find a way that you can watch this, because I feel like it's so important right now. So find some way to check it out and bring a friend, because it's just so relevant. That's all I can say. It's just so relevant to today's times. If you've not been able to watch the movie, at least read the books that they're based on. And if you want to support anybody to watch it, go to seat16.com. So anyway, so Pikuniku is officially done as of yesterday. So now I basically have 2 open slots for gaming. It might be just Quern Undying Thoughts. It might be some other ones that I just feel like doing on a whim. Like I said earlier, work and travel may affect streaming times. It certainly has been affecting the ones I've recently had, and also I'm gonna have to add life may also affect. Life may also affect streaming, because it's certainly been the case recently. Stardew Valley, I'll think of that. Yeah. But yeah, feel free to recommend some games down below, especially since this is Black History Month. So if you happen to know any black protagonists, or even any good RPGs besides Final Fantasy 14, I am going to get to that one. Besides Final Fantasy 14 and any other RPGs, like any recommendations or any black-centered stories, please feel free to comment down below. So yeah, as I said earlier, the coffee shop is open. This is where I do my readings and stuff. So if you want to check out my readings, please feel free to go to the site, coffee.com/Tonders. For those who have already ordered, I am working on sorry, I'm reading the chat. I am extending the sale for my New Year's readings until February 11th. So it's extended until the Lunar New Year. So if you want to get a reading and if you vibe with me, feel free to jump in. Rest assured, I am not as messy as this. I just came from a movie. So of course I'm going to feel, especially for a deep one. I don't know if I can stream that one. I'll have to double check the Twitch rules for that. It is a good game, though. That being said, I have seen a friend play it. I know some parts have been blocked by the EU censors. That much I do remember. So yeah. So if you want to help entertainment workers get through 2024, please check out entertainmentcommunity.org. So check that out so we can get more interesting films like Origin. Speaking of Origin, again, if you want to support people for watching that movie, please, or just you need help watching the movie as well, go to seat16.com and feel free to support anybody who wants to watch it. It seems to be like paying it forward seems to be the new model nowadays, which is great. We need more of that. Please get involved in your local government because, especially for a lot of people, for a lot of places, it is an election year. So find some ways to support. And lastly, if you notice some radio silence or maybe the graphics are a little strange during March because I'm traveling abroad at the end of March, so my schedule will dramatically change at that point. It might be later for you guys, might be earlier for you guys, might be just right for wherever you are. I don't know, but regardless, the schedule will dramatically change when I travel in March, so if I happen to stream that time. So keep an eye out for that. So finally, here's all my social media in case you want to check out stuff outside of this channel. Everything that I just mentioned will be in the description of my YouTube channel or in the community post. Some of it I mentioned in the community post. I update the community posts on YouTube pretty frequently now, especially if my streams happen to be delayed. I will let you know on there first on the community tab, and then if I happen to remember, I'll also add it on Discord as well, because I know sometimes I do tend to forget to add it on Discord, because not everybody looks at my YouTube, and not everybody looks at my Discord either. So I need to make sure I can update both. Ever since Restream stopped their support of Twitter, I'm not calling it X, I'm sorry, but ever since they stopped supporting Twitter, I am no longer doing updates on there. So I don't even post anything on there anymore, or even look at it, so very disconnected from that realm. And, yeah, I found this episode was filmed in the lands of the Lenape and the Nanticoke peoples. To learn more, visit native-land.ca. Rest assured, I am not this messy usually. I'm fresh. I am fresh off of a really good movie. This sometimes does happen to me when I am super deep in thought and I'm still kind of trying to articulate it myself, and then I'm also am trying not to spoil the film, even though, yeah, that's a good summary right there. That's a pretty good explanation right there, what I'm feeling right now. I'm fresh off the boat of a really good movie. And I should seriously just, start with make a segment just talking about the film. And especially if it's a fresh film, even though this is based off of real events, this is off a very real phenomenon, I still want to be able to encourage people to, go watch it and see it for yourselves, because I can only say so much. I can only explain so much before eventually it's go watch the movie if you can, because it explains it so well. And the points that it delivers them in a very, very tidy and deliberate way. There were scenes that I was nervous that it was going to go too real, but it was so respectful. it trusted that we could see it for ourselves, and it didn't have to go graphic. So, yeah, just go see Origin. Go see Origin. Read the books that I recommended in the chat. And I'm going to go end it here. I'm probably going to make myself some late dinner. Please take care of yourselves. Love each other. And of course, in the beautiful words of Master Yen Sid, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye. Have a good weekend. And even though I had spaghetti last night for dinner, I'd say macaroni. I like the texture of macaroni. Then again, it's pasta. Is that even a question? I like pasta. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next stream. Bye.